You know, now with the last 15 minutes of stream, I want to talk about what I plan on doing. I said I wasn't, but now I am. So, right now I'm recording this VOD so that I can break it down into 3 separate segments that I'm going to post on my channel. And I want to continue to do this idea of like, okay, I'm going to have a few videos every day. You know, I'm going to have a video every day for a little while. And I want to just talk about things at the end of every stream. You know, 15 minutes to talk about whatever I want to talk about. It could be Star Wars. It could be literally whatever. It could be drama. It could be something that I just want to talk about. Because I feel like I don't do that a lot. I talk about I talk about topics I want to talk about that I think would be interesting, like this Aiden Ross story. Aiden Ross is so clearly dumb that this story is so funny. It's so funny watching someone like him flounder. You know, I want to talk about things like the Justin Mink stuff because it's BS bans, dude. Bullshit bans are the name of Twitch, and I kind of am tired of it. I can't do anything to stop it, and that's not what I want. That's not how I want it to be taken. Like, oh, I'm trying to do something about it. No. I just want to sit there and go, like, look at how, you know, and guess what? Twitch creators are fine with this. There will be Twitch creators that are just fine with these bans, and it's like, why are you fine with this? The more they ban, the quicker you get, or the more likely you are to get banned. So yeah. You know, and sometimes maybe it will just be like a recap of the drama if I don't really have anything to talk about or other things. And for this, I just wanted to talk about, you know, this is what I want to do moving forward. I want to talk about things that I enjoy. I want to talk, you know, and 15 minutes to rant about something is a pretty long time. And it will be like it's going to be labeled differently. So like on the channel, once I get things started and get things uploaded, there's going to be 3 playlists. Live, or 4 really, if you really want to be technical about it. Uploads, live, drama, and whatever I'm going to call my ranting thing. Probably insider information in the agency, because that's what I'm thinking about. And I want this to range between anything I want to talk about. I want streams to happen on Tuesdays, my time. And I want to talk about what I want to talk about at the end of every stream. Now, there are going to be... So, like, I think next week I want to talk about the Daft Pina situation. And if you know anything about that, it's a friggin' long-ass story. So, it might be 2... videos, or it might be 2 live streams, and it might be a 2-hour instead of 1 hour, like I'm doing today. So the ranting thing, I just want to be like just fun, you know. Oh, like, okay, so we're on 4 episodes of The Mandalorian. I want to talk about The Mandalorian. Why? Because I enjoy Star Wars. I enjoy stuff like that, and I think that would be fun to talk about. You know, I watched a movie recently. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, what I thought was good, what I thought was pretty bad. Stuff like that. You know, something to give a little bit more substance. And really, I think that'd be a great idea. But I can't really do it until I start focusing on content creation. Because I noticed that my last VOD, the one that talks about the not-so-erudite stuff, erudite, however she wants to call herself, the Title Wars, that seemed to have a really good reception. But then again, I put timestamps in the description, and I put a pinned comment with timestamps. So I do want to talk about that stuff. And that's what this will do, is I'll have the live stream if you want to see, like, everything. And by everything, I just mean everything. But then I'll also have the VOD. The hell was that? But then I'll also just have... Oh, it was a mushroom and a pig. Okay. But then I'll also have these, like, edited segments so that people can digest content a lot easier. Alright. And it's not going to take away from anything. It's not going to take away from quality or anything like that. It's just me. I'm just kind of like testing and seeing what YouTube or how YouTube would respond to something like that. But at the same time, I'm doing it because I want to talk about things and not be trapped in only talking about YouTube drama. You know, so with that being said, you know, what do I really want to talk about this week? I don't really have anything to talk about. This is kind of just me ranting about my channel, where I want to take it, and how I plan on doing that. So right now, the plan is to talk about it and move forward. You know, longer form... I don't want to talk about longer form content, like 2-hour stream VODs or stuff like that, until I get more acquainted with doing it. I want to try the Daft Pina stuff next week, because I don't really have anything I think I want to talk about next week. At least not off the top of my head. But that might change in the future. Right now, so next week would be episode 3 of The Mandalorian. I'm waiting till the mid-season, which would be episode 4. And then I want to talk about The Mandalorian, and possibly, which would be 2 weeks from now, which possibly, I think... but there are some things I want to talk about, like with Star Wars, for instance. You know, it's like, okay, I've got an idea of, like, I want to talk about the Star Wars community, what I see in it, and where I see it going. Because currently I see it going down a very dark path where we're never going to be allowed to enjoy new Star Wars content, because people are always going to say, oh, I can't believe you like this thing. It's the worst thing to come out of it since this. You know, and I just want to talk about it and get, like, you know, what would it take to save, like, the Star Wars fandom and stuff like that? You know, is it possible to save the Star Wars fandom? Is it a lost cause? So that's kind of my plan, is just talk about something that I want to talk about without really talking too much about, like, without talking too much about it would be the best way. You know, I'm not devoting like 30 minutes to talking about Star Wars. That's kind of stupid. I'm just talking about something that I found interesting and something that I wanted to talk about. And in this case, it would be like Star Wars. You know, maybe another time it would be Transformers. And maybe another time it would be talking about video games and the current state of that and where I think that's going. But as it kind of stands right now, you know, that's kind of just the ranting section of my thing done. And it doesn't have to be 15 minutes. Obviously, I'm just saying, like, 15 minutes is my cutoff. I'm not going more than 15 minutes. For anything. And that goes for anything. 15 minutes a topic. Done. If I've got more to say, we're not saying it. Or if I've got more to say, it's fine if it goes over 15 minutes. But I want to devote 15 minutes to a topic, and if it's a little bit less than 15, that's fine. And I'm not doing it to be like, oh, well, 15 minutes doesn't seem like a long time to talk about something as serious as, like, an accusation. And you're right, it's not. And that's why those ones would probably be longer and would probably be a little bit more refined. So, for instance, I wanted to go over the... So, Clyde, or not Clyde, what's his face? Seth the programmer actually responded to the video. I haven't gone over it because A, I don't feel like it, and B, he didn't say a lot in it. Let me grab this. Do this. You know, he didn't say a lot in his response, and there's not really much for me to cover short of how he's responding to the drama, which is not well, by the way. Right there. Waterfall entrance. You know, maybe it's just maybe it's just gameplay. Maybe that's all I'm doing that day. It's just gameplay. Who knows? But really, that's all I have to talk about this stream. So, yeah. I mean, I'd expect the videos are going to be are going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, nothing on Saturday or Sunday, and then the ranting videos will be Monday, usually. Unless I feel like doing something else. You know, I don't have a set plan. This is a plan that I want to try and hold myself to see where it goes. And that's all that really is. I'm not trying to be better than someone. I'm not trying to be doing anything like that. This is just me talking about YouTube drama or other things. And also, at the same time, talking about things that I want to talk about. There's no harm nor foul in that. Oh, what do we got? We've done an hour thus far. I start at 1. Well, I start on top of the hour, and I do 5 minutes before. So yeah, I guess just enjoy the rest of this Minecraft gameplay because I do want to make this a good world, and I actually really like this spot. We could definitely do something here, especially over there. But first, we'd have to like light it up. Got the Tree of Life. We've got some little openings like that. I'm thinking about how to do this in a cool way. I'd have to go explore some of those. So let me grab a bucket of water real quick. Well, I don't have a lot of time for that, but yeah, so this is my little humble abode right now. I think next stream I'll probably do some off-work stuff. Or off-cam stuff, and just go down and see what it's like down there. Get some lights in there, get some more wood and such. And that's really it. I mean, we've got a small base, and that's all you can ever ask for. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but it works. Yeah. YouTube drama is strange right now. It always kind of will be. There's not really a reason for a lot of it to exist, but in this case, I think it's interesting that it does. In a sense, it's a lot different than how I'd expect YouTube drama to play out. There are some other things going on, and that's why I didn't do Daft Pina this stream, was because that is a whole can of worms that I just don't have time for right now. I kind of threw this stream together last minute, and that was my fault. I probably should have done a little bit more planning, a little bit more scripting on what I wanted to say, what my opinions really are, and stuff like that, but I didn't. Oh well, unscripted is kind of the best.